and then a total.
Mm-hmm.
And then for each contract, okay, over here you can see this is the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Russell. These are the micros contracts.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so these are the micros, and these are the E-minis. Now, the reason I trade the indexes and nothing else is because they have 10 times the leverage of anything else. They're more highly leveraged than any stock. There's no stock that's going to make 50 or 100% today continuously. I can show you that this can almost every day will make at least 25% per day. Find me a stock that will do 25% a day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you something else here. Okay. Now, this was on the 10th, March 10th. March 10th, okay, oh, we can't see anything. Let's go down here. Here's March, let me go down a little further. This is March 12th. What happened to my magnifier? Okay. There you go. Can you read it now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, much better.
$524.
Mm-hmm.
This is my automated trading, and I did that on NASDAQ.
Okay. So this is okay. So these are different markets. This is what you got on NASDAQ overall. Okay, and drawdown.
Yeah, I
trade.
had 6 trades.
Mm-hmm.
My maximum drawdown was $55.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That would be okay with you?
Yeah. How long? That was a day trade for that. Okay. So let's elaborate on that one, I guess.
Okay.
So that was 6 trades for that day. And how does that work when it comes to alerts, or when it comes to monitoring, or decisions, or what?
Well, what this means is that we just opened it and it closed itself.
Okay. So this is the automations.
Yeah. Now let me show you at least this here.
And so this is the ones that was automatically done based on it reading, supply and demand, or the leverages of where it's considered to be a break.
It just has an automatic system to when to buy, when to sell.
Okay.
And it determines the price and the time.
Okay.
Now, let me just take this back down a second here.
And so that day you were already aware of what you felt like.
I didn't make any decisions other than to turn it on.
Okay. Well, I mean, at the same time, this is a technical side now. Yeah, I know we have a customer side, but when you're speaking with me, we're looking at that the Russell 2000 that you just pretty much was only trading that day, or you turned it on the Russell 2000 because that was the only platform you just wanted to trade?
I made the decision to turn that one on, and when the market was moving quickly, okay, profits are high, but just about all the indicators move at the same time in the same direction.
Okay. Yes, right? Sir. Yes.
So it didn't really make a whole lot of difference what I turned on, okay?
Gotcha.
But I probably chose the NASDAQ because of the time that it starts, because they don't all start at the same time. So if I get up at 5:30, I can trade the contracts that start trading at 5:30. If they don't start to 7:30, I can't trade them. Some contracts stop at 8 o'clock. So if it's 8:15, I can't trade those contracts.
I understand.
Because my system is set up to predetermine what's the best time to trade these contracts.
Okay.
None of them trade for more than 2 hours. All of them shut down by 9 o'clock except one. Okay. And let me show you that one. Okay. Can you see that a little better now? This is the Russell. And the Russell trades from 12:45 to 1:09.
Okay.
Now, there's 2 reasons for the 1:09. But let's go back. When the market gets ready to close, oftentimes it has a big move, right? It's going down, and then at the nears the close, then those that have been making a profit on the short side begin to buy out their positions and close the positions, correct?
Correct.
So now the market's going to have a good up move. So if it's been going up, those that have made a lot of profit on the long side are going to be getting out, and so they're going to sell, so the market's going to go down.
Right.
Oftentimes at 1 o'clock, after the close, there are certain companies that at certain quarterly times will release their financial reports.
Okay.
So, if Microsoft is going to make a financial release, a report, then I want to be trading at 1 o'clock, because if Microsoft has had a big profit, it's going to move the market up, right?
You're right, correct.
So I don't always use this just arbitrarily, okay? It's one that I use if there's a report coming out, or there's been a big move in which it's going to change direction because traders are getting out of those positions. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's how I use that button. So there's ways to enhance these
that's how you use that
profits. I don't use fundamentals, because by the time I got to fundamentals, the move is over.
Okay. Right. Yes,
so rather than wait for one stock, and these are not stocks, these are averages, and so it covers, many stocks, right?
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay. So NASDAQ, for instance, covers 100 different stocks. Right? The Dow, I think 2,000. So all I'm looking at is a moment in time. I don't use any indicators, because all indicators are laggards. So I want to know what's happening right now, this minute. And if I can make $30 or $100 in the next couple of minutes, I would much rather do that than try to make a trade that an hour or two I find out has gone against me. I waited all that time just for a loss. If I'm going to have a loss, give it to me now. Let's get it over with and move on to the next trade.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yes.
So I'm going to show you how that works in just a few minutes. Would you like to see that?
Yes, sir. Sure would.
Okay. So now let me go back here and reduce this down because I want to show you a few things here before we leave. Okay, because I want to build a little confidence here. So $524. Now we don't make $524 every day. And that's not routine, and that's not representative of an overall. Here is 316. Can you see that?
Yes.
Let me blow this up a little bit if you like. $316.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's on the robo trading. I had some winners and I had some losers. That's
Okay.
life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. But looking over here, can you see this amount right here?
Mm-hmm.
1,870. Not bad.
No. Not bad at all.
Okay. Now, my
that-
system, here, I'm going to show you a couple examples here.
And this is all considered to be
This is the OEC. This is where we do buy and sell, that I train people on how to use trend lines.
Mm-hmm.
This one here shows that I bought it here, sold it there, bought it here, and sold it there. So my chart will automatically plot for you and show you exactly where it bought and where it sold.
Okay.
Kind of cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, here's $208. We had one was a profit and one was a loss.
Okay.
Look, this was a hell of a day. Look at that. Can you read that?
Mm-hmm.
How much is that?
$6,155.
It's $6,155.
Mm-hmm.
This is 350. This is 821. I don't trade all of these at the same time. What I do is I trade when it kicks me out. Then I go look for another chart to see what looks like it has the best chance of continuing, so I can take advantage of a continuing move. Maybe this one turned choppy, so I stopped. Maybe when this one turned choppy, I stopped.
So you,
So when they turn choppy and I lose money back, I get out, and then I look for a fresh start.
now, so you're,
Yeah.
so how long are you staying in those trades ideally?
Okay, I might have made $821, but I might have made 16 trades. My average time in a trade is 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Oftentimes it's less than 30 seconds.
Right. So, but these are manual. These are manual trades. These are you discretionary.
They're very simple to execute, and I'm going to show you an example. You don't have to be a mastermind.
Well, what I'm saying is you have your trade that you're going to show me,
Yes,
and then
that's
you
correct.
and then you also have an automated trading system that's
Right.
that's taking place as well in the
What's up
back.
to you? Would you rather make $208 and just turn it on and turn it off and take your chance?
Well, let me the
Or would you do a
the
manual trade? You know,
okay, the automated side of it. How much more of it's are you taking control of it, or do you completely allow it to run its course and have a tolerance of how much you're gonna risk tolerance? Is that
manual trading is going to yield about 10 times more than the robo.
okay?
Because manual trading, you have eyes and you can see. but the robo can't see. Now it can be built to see, but I'm not going to spend 50 grand because I don't give a rat's diddly.
Okay, right. I got what you're saying.
Now these profits that I do manually, I can just go in and do them when I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to show you something here in a minute. You see, not every day is going to be in the profit, you can see.
Okay.
Okay, I did not do any robo trading.
Okay.
This might have been after the robos all completed. It was too late. You see, I get all of these notices. Tells you when the price has gone, made a new high, when it's made a new low.
Okay. Are there any ways to have these notices coming to your mobile device, your phone, or anything? Or I mean, you need to be in front of the computer to place these trades anyway.
Mobile is not advised, so it's something that's because the data that you get on a mobile device compared to your computer is highly limited, which makes trading extremely difficult.
Exactly.
And the automated one is not available in a mobile device.
Right, rightfully so.
Okay. Now here again are some examples of the profits here. Okay. You see, we were down at one point $195. Now this figure here is not correct. We're getting that corrected. There's a problem in the calculation. But there were 8 trades. So 8 trades. Now these here were micro, so they were $3 each. Okay, so we had 7 at $3 each. That's $21, and one trade at $5, so it's $26 total. You got 26 profit there. Okay, and you got $355, right?
Right.
Nice profit, right?
Okay.
Now you can see here, these are my system generates this and tells you when I bought and when I sold. When I bought and when I sold. I don't always post all of them because I always want to leave this section open so I can kind of have a tracking of, what's what. But now, we had a profit here of about $350. On the mobile, on the manual, we had approximately $2,600.
I see. Okay. Does the being the alerts are showing up, and every time those alert boxes, the purple alert boxes come up, is that giving you, what is it telling you at that moment? Is it telling you that these are the times that you should be looking to?
It says that the prices drop. When you get an alert like that, you might want to jump in on the dome, okay, and the trading ladder, and go short, right?
Okay, yes. That's
it's
okay.
telling you, hey, this thing's dropping.
Okay. Right. Yes. Now, is that? I mean, and how confident is that? When it comes to this being a dumb computer versus you having to override something, or use. It should be. Is this now on the technical side?
Projecting anything here.
Let's go with this.
This happens at a point in time. This is happening now. So this is not a projection. This is what's happened right now. It has just dropped below 1485.
Okay. Which
so
is
the moment that pops up, it makes a sound. So if you're in the kitchen or wherever you are in the house, okay, it's going to make a loud noise and draw your attention that something big is happening, and you may want to get in on it. If you're robo trading, you can ignore it, but if you want to make big money, you can jump on this dome and take advantage of the notice.
Now, if you're robo trading, then you say you may want to ignore it, or you just gonna allow the robo to place a trade, but not significant.
No. There's not too much decision making because that's the purpose of the robo. It does all the decision making.
Okay.
It tells you when it decides what to buy and what to sell.
Okay.
Or when to buy and when to sell. Okay. And that's it.
I got you.
And when to quit trading. All the decisions are made for you.
Okay.
It places the order with the broker and everything. There's nothing for you to do. Turn it on, turn it off.
Okay.
The purpose of the alert is if you want to trade manually. The other thing is here, let me go back here. Okay. Now, over on this side here where you can't see, it has a setting. The setting is if it goes to this, if my loss is this much, I want to get out. If my profit is this much, I want to get out. Now there's a setting over there also behind these charts, okay? And let me take this here and show you. You see over here?
Mm-hmm.
If the price goes, if I've lost $166, I want to get out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I made $267 profit, I want to get out.
Okay. So you have limits, profits and loss for that period daily or time for time frame. Okay, good deal. Yeah, that's important for me too as well. I see that as being very important for your
now
sticking with your plan.
I have a new version coming out here in just a few, maybe a week or 10 days, and it will have an option button. Force me out or alert me.
Now these things, when you say force me out, alert me, or I want to get out, it's just pretty much taking you out of that trade and making you aware of where you're at with your profit and loss, or good or bad. But it doesn't, or does it have any options to take you out of the trading for the whole day?
Yeah, that's what I just said. You will have an option button. The new version coming out shortly will have an option button.
Nice.
Tell me about it, and I can make a decision, or just do it, because I'm not going to be around.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Or I'm greedy. I tend to be greedy, so I'll wait for more profits, and meanwhile it turns on me and goes down, and my profit disappears because I was stupid and I'm emotional like most people, and I'm greedy like most people, so I'm waiting for it to go even more, and then bang, it turns around and goes the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So forcing you out, like it or not, it's done, right? And because part of the advantage of robo trading is you don't have to stress making decisions. You don't hold on to a position too long, either in the loss position or in the long position that turns into a loss position.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
Is that pretty awesome?
Yes, that does.
Now,
that's pretty nice.
Again, I'll give you $1,000. You got 30 days. If you can find any other trading system that will plot the trades before they happen, plot them after they happen, plot the losses as well as the profits for you, and do everything automatic for you. There are a lot of services out there that will give you buy and
now,
sell signals.
How does the
then you say, okay, go ahead.
How would the system stay updated, or how does it work when it comes to that?
What I'm missing a piece of data.
Well, I'm saying if it's You know, like let's say if we want to forecast something within this here, or
we don't forecast anything except the weekend.
okay.
That's the most dangerous.
So it automatically just gives you the mathematical algorithms automatically here. So 2 months, 6 months from now, it's still giving you the same sequences, or you know, basically giving you drops, heart, major lines, giving you the same.
The market's same old.
It's giving you the main major support and resistance lines, right? Is that?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at something here. Okay. Okay. This doesn't have it, but it will automatically post support and resistance lines for you.
Okay. That's okay. That's good to know.
And so you can see where the support resistance lines are.
Okay.
Now we tend, because of clustering problems, we don't trade a trend line more than once each way.
Okay, right.
Because it's like the bouncing ball, okay? Each time you bounce, it gets lower and lower, okay? So we're not going to try to shoot for that same support resistance level. When I trade the dome, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit, I don't give a rat's diddly about support resistance line. Just give me the money and give it to me now, and I'm gone. I'm out of here, okay? I'm going to see that. So trend lines are nice. You can, just like OEC, you can draw your trend lines so you can kind of see what happens. In my mentoring, if you want to, okay, I will show you how you can determine where the market stopped and why it stopped there, and where to get out. So you do have some limited drawing, but you can have your OEC charts up at the same time you have this up.
Okay.
You can move this chart over like that so you can see how it looks, okay? And then alongside of it, put your OEC chart. These charts are very easy to work with. Look, if I want to move this up, see how easy that was?
Right, yes.
If I want to move it down, okay? If I want to move it and widen it out, or I want to narrow it, I don't have to click my little magnifier up here like I do on OPC.
Now, does it also... There is volume at the bottom. Is that volume down there? We have volume on this chart. All right, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, now here's... Okay. You will find these... This little pennant right here, you move it down here, so if the volume goes above these peaks in here, it's going to alert you, because new high volume, when you have peak volume, or what I call excess volume, that means that the market's most likely to turn. And you want to get in on it, right? So these pennants will appear here and here, so that you can, if the market goes up, you can put your pennant right there to call you to the computer, or you can just enter a trade on the dome.
Okay.
It's up to you.
You can put a pennant there.
For example, there. Here's the dome. I mean the chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to sell short, I can go right down here and enter that trade.
Mm-hmm.
It might not do it for me right now.
Right, but
Okay.
the market's still closed.
Right, so I won't do it. But you go down here and you can right click and it will sell you short. And then you can go right down here and left click and you can buy your position back in. I love trading opposite long candles because that means the market is thin. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's why it moves so far, so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes down fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not always, there is no 100%, but my chances are excellent. And I have an automatic. Now, let me show you something here while I'm thinking about it. Let me see. Okay. Let's take a look at a dome here. Now, when I make an entry, let's say that I'm going to sell short right here. When my dome is set up, so if I click right here, if I sell short here and the price comes down and puts me short, it will automatically put me short and it will automatically place the limit order, the buy limit order to exit the market. It will automatically at the very same time enter an order to stop loss and put me out in one click. It's an OCO.
Okay.
But the difference between this and the OCO is the OCO requires me to make those entries, the stop loss and the target profit.
Mm-hmm.
But with this set up properly, it will automatically do it for you.
Okay. Okay, so you don't have to. I'm trying to calculate that. Yeah, calculating that.
So when you get my system, okay, when you get the system, then they will automatically be able to see, and I will give them all the information on when to buy and when to sell, when to get out.
Okay. Is it adjustable?
As you can see this volume here. Oh, did you have a question?
I was just saying, is it adjustable to change the parameters of the profit and loss?
Once they are placed automatically, you can adjust it absolutely.
Okay.
My recommendation is when you should change it. I think you know the answer.
Never.
Never. Right. When should I not use a stop loss?
Right. Never.
Never. So, a lot of study has gone into exactly when to buy and sell based on long term. So if you're going to do it based on your experience, which is short term, good luck.
Right.
If you use my rules and you have a loss at the end of 10 trading days, I will refund your money 100%, no problem. I don't need the money.
Okay.
I charge a fee because I'd really rather be doing something else.
I got you.
As you can see from these numbers, I'm not hurting for money.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, so, we can do this day after day after day after day after day, week after week after month after month. Okay, this day I didn't trade anything on the dome. However, let's see, $200 here, $820 there, and $410 there. Would you consider that a good day?
Yes.
Have you seen any days that were really bad? Well, here's one for you. Okay. On the Auto Trader, I was down at 1.168 and ended the day down $27. Not too bad.
Right.
But had you been trading the domes, can you see those numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Which would you rather have done that day?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't have to do these big numbers. The way that I work this is that when you're in the mood, take a stab at it. Because I'm going to give you the rules as to when is the best time. Because that's what you want to know. When's the best time to use the dome? I only want to use the best times. And I will give you the best times. Because that's the only time I trade.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to trade all the time. I don't know a sports bettor that bets every game.
Right.
Okay. I don't know a horse track player that plays every race. I don't know a bettor that bets on the games, and my sons are both very, very good at it. But they don't bet on the teams anymore. They bet on the over and the under because betting on the teams doesn't make profit long enough.
Mm.
Or often enough, I should say. Okay, so I guess I don't need to belabor this part anymore, correct?
Right. No.
Look at these numbers. Incredible. 235. I did quite a few different contracts, but I never do more than one contract at a time. Whether it's on the dome or it's on the software Robo, I never do more than one contract at a time.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Now, let's say I was in this contract and suddenly I had $168. Oh, that's extremely profitable for a micro. You know what? I think I'll just take it, click it, and get out. I don't care if it goes for 1,000 or whatever, but I tend to find long term that when we have extremely good profits, take it and get out, close your eyes and go away and don't come back.
Yeah.
And if you do this trading, you're going to see time and time again, Adam was 100% correct.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them are micro trades versus E-minis for the most part. It's probably more conservative to keep, that way you're not.
The thing is that, okay, now here, this trade is the end of day trade. That lasts 15 minutes. Because I had losses up here, I decided to take a chance here. And it erased all my losses and put me in a profit.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I was down $242. That's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Even my end of day at one point was down 60.
Mm.
So you have to be able to suffer some losses and endure them and take that risk. Remember, I can elect to get out and force me out at 160, or I can elect to stay in there because I think it's going to work out okay. That's my choice.
Mm-hmm. What is your? Well, you have a different risk tolerance for the day. You can just place.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
But let's say that I ended up here 242 to the negative. So I have $2,555 profit here. Do I give a damn about this?
No.
But if you want to just trade, you take your risks and say, okay, I'll take the $244 because for the last 2 weeks, I'm up over $1,000, right? From the numbers that you've seen. If we went back and add them up, I'm sure it would be over $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, so, you can set this over here to, there will be a button here, and you can say, force me out when I reach this. Okay? Or force me out when I have this much profit. Because I'm weak, I can't make decisions. I'm greedy, I'm scared, I'm emotional. So just put me out, end my misery, right?
All right. Okay.
Because every day can't be a profit.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are my chances of successful profits versus the automated software? Obviously, it's over here. This is not where the money is. This is for the lazy guy, okay, who wants to just turn it on and turn it off. Now, the nice thing about the system is that if you want to trade tomorrow, you can turn it on tonight, so it will trade tomorrow. If you want to trade the next day, you'll have to turn it on again tomorrow before it begins to trade the next day in the morning.
Oh, okay.
You're always one day ahead. Not more than that. Why? Because SIH happens, and you need to be monitoring from time to time to see what's going on with your computer, with the software, with the system, and with OEC. And you have to use OEC with my software.
Okay.
Automated robo.
Okay.
That's how it's written.
How was the different setup when it comes to? I know you were. Did you look at this fees differently now, or how are you going about it when it comes to this attaching to the OE? Apex or let's say a broker platform. How is it attached, and how are the fees drawn and things of that nature?
All right. So when you want to attach it, I will call the broker that you chose and tell them that I want to link your account to my account. That can take a little time. Could take 2 or 3 weeks to link up the software. Okay. And that's not because of me or because of the broker, but that's because of OEC.
Okay. And is it becoming a standard or something in that fashion? You remember with my broker, we had that complication.
Well, the brokers brokers are very familiar with the service, but they're familiar with other services and not mine.
Okay.
So they're familiar with other similar services, but mine is a little more sophisticated. And it does take time to get everything up and going. Now, it could happen much sooner than that, but I don't like to have people have high expectations for something that may drag on a little bit. It's well worth it once it's connected. But in the meantime, if one wanted to learn how to do this, one would be greatly advantaged, okay? Here's one loss. They're down 115 on my favorite trade. Do you see the profits here?
So what is that, the same trade? One manual and one automated? Or is that 2 different trades? Oh yeah, that's the same platform. NASDAQ. I see NASDAQ on the side.
NASDAQ, okay. And this here is the Russell.
Okay. And both of them are minis, or are they macros? Well, I'm sure the other one, your manual, is a mini.
This is E-mini.
Okay, and that was
last 4 are all E-mini.
Okay. So
this is E-mini, NASDAQ.
Okay, so you made one trade on the automated, and you made several, down to 14 or so.
I could have made 60 trades.
On the manual.
Yes. If I make 60 trades, is that okay?
Well, let me ask you, what is giving you the energy or the confidence to make those 14 trades or so? Is it the alerts that are coming in and giving you the confirmation, or is it are you going by, what are you going by?
No, it's a very simple system to determine when to get in and when to get out on the dome. It takes a little practice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here, let me show you this, okay, to answer your question. Let me just see something. Okay, here we go. Now, if you want to trade the dome, this is what you have to know. You think you can handle that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah,
That's everything you need to know.
Okay.
But like being a golfer
Takes practice.
or a basketball player, you need a practice.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Okay. So you got your set of rules that are.
And if you're and what this is here, this is how to maximize your profits on the robo, because there are ways to make the robo more profitable.
Okay.
Because I only turn them on when I think they're going to trade profitably. If I just turn them on and forget it, I take what I get.
Exactly.
So I'm looking at maybe 25% per month, long term, on the robo. That gives you 300% return per year. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's okay. But would you rather have 300% or 3,000%?
Right.
Now, listen up. The high profit system using the dome is going to become automated. There are a number of versions that are on the drawing board. The reason I do it in steps is I got to figure out first if step number one works, because there's no sense in, if I throw in too many things at one time, it's very hard for me to analyze where the problem is. Got me?
Okay.
So I do it in steps. The first step I expect to be extremely profitable and could do as much as 100 to 200% per month.
Okay.
Now, if you get the new software robo service without this special feature, it's $125 a month. If you get it with this feature, it's $275. Now the thing is this: if you get, let's say I want to pay the fee of $275, but that means I got to shell out a whole lot more money, and I don't know if I want to do that because I don't know if it's going to work for me or not.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how I work? I give you a guarantee. If you don't make twice the cost of the fee in a month, I'll refund your fee.
Hmm.
You
Okay.
got no risk. So if you pay $275, that's over $500 profit on a contract for $500. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, so as you know, okay, you see here you can connect to your live account,
Mm-hmm.
or you can use the simulator account.
Okay. Okay.
So you can choose. When you log in, it will ask you if you want to use your simulated account or live account. So for 1 month, you can try the simulator account. If you don't make twice the fee with the simulator account, using my rules, of course, okay, I will refund your money. Now, where can you get a deal better than that? There is no one on the internet that will guarantee you any kind of refund. You take my service and that's it. If you don't like it, cancel your service. I'm not too excited about that deal.
That's a good one.
I like the one where they give me my money back. I like that. I feel secure with that. I feel confident with that.
Yeah.
Oh, any questions up to this point that you can think of?
No, not so far. No, it looking pretty good.
Okay, any concerns you have?
No. Let's continue with that. No, not so far.
Okay, now let me see here if I can show you the ultimate.
Show me the ultimate.
Now, you know, when we do the replay is not perfect, okay? It's flawed, okay? Let's go back here to the first part of the month here. Now, I don't remember what any of these things do. You know, what I was wanting to say is that starting Monday, I think that the March contracts will pretty much have dried up, and the new June contracts will be the more active contracts that we will be wanting to trade with. And the one nice thing about my service is that those new contracts will roll over automatically for you. You don't have to remember them. You don't have to remember the letters. Go back and reload all of the different strategies. Okay. Let me just take a moment here. I'm trying to find my notes here a little bit here. Okay. Let's see if we can get a dome. Let's get a chart. Something's wrong here. Okay. What is this? Oh, that's the wrong. I knew something was wrong. What happened there? Okay. Okay. Now, this is playback. You can see that okay? I got a chart here.
Yep.
Okay, and the dome. Okay. Now, gold means that's the current price. Okay. So let's start playing. Looks like it's coming down here, right?
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, looks
So
like so.
let's say I go in here and I'm going to go short if it comes down to 86.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Okay, I use 1/3 when I first open up so things don't get away from me. But then let's go here to 5. Looks like it's going up.
Should be on.
Now, what I'm doing here is I got in on the wrong. I didn't have my brackets turned on. My buy and sell automatic positions. So I'm just throwing this in here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to pause this. Now, how long were we in that trade? This is 5 times actual speed. Okay. So I would say that we were in there about a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do another trade.
Yes. Okay.
I'll start this at 1/3 to give us a heads up. Okay, so it doesn't get crazy on us. And let's say I bought it in there. Whoops, cancel all. I got to turn these on here. Sometimes when I'm... Okay. Now, when I've entered the buy stop here, if the buy stop is executed, it will automatically put me out of profit if it reaches 293.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Okay. Now, if the trade goes against me, okay, because I don't have a position, but once I have a position, if it goes against me, it's already placed a sell stop for me to exit.
Okay. Okay, by you clicking on your buy and sell brackets.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
Now we're going to have to speed this up a little bit. Okay, after I make a trade, cancel all. Now, this is a 5-minute chart. And we entered in, I think, somewhere around in here. So from here to here, we were probably about 5 minutes equivalency. Because we had to speed it up here, 5 times normal. You can't speed up the market, but this is just a demo.
Right.
The market. But the trick to all of this, okay, is for each index to know exactly what that spread is. And also, to some degree, when to enter and in what direction.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I teach. And like I say, you saw how much you have to know. It's about 5 lines, and that's about it. And it does work.
Mm-hmm.
At one point there, it looked like we had made the wrong choice, right?
Yeah.
Because it started to go against us. But fortunately, our stop was in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
The way my system works is, if it goes against me, and I'm stopped out with a loss, I have a recovery system to recover the loss, which works about 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm. With the manual side.
Sometimes I get burnt. But you can see from the large profits that I make that it's very possible, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For example, right here, you see this is a long candle, right? So I like to go short alongside of this long candle because we had 2 reds here and then a green, and this was, a hammer or whatever you want to call it, okay? So I'm looking for this thing to reverse. If you look here, you see this long candle right there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the long volume bar?
Right.
Can you see that okay?
Yes.
This long volume bar?
Right. I see it.
So I'm looking to get ready to a place to reverse. So I might reverse somewhere just below this wick, okay? And then I might take it a couple of times until I see a volume spurt. Because this volume spurt right here tells me, okay, this is a reversal again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm again going to go long.
Okay.
The same way here. I probably got in just above these 2 candles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I scalped it. I might have scalped it twice. It might have gone up here, and I might have had two trades at a profit. The fact that it pulled back doesn't make any difference to me because I'm out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't go out and I got triggered, I have a recapture, which would be in the reverse direction, and I would have made my profit there. Had nothing to do with, well, in a way it's support resistance lines, but they are oftentimes, at the moment, support resistance lines. They're not support resistance lines that continue across.
Right.
As soon as I'm done with a support resistance line, I'm done with it. I don't care about it anymore.
Hmm. Okay.
You want to do another one?
Yeah, we can do one more. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go in and I'll try to buy it at a discount, put my order in below. Looks like I would have been filled.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't get filled when we speed it up, you know?
Right. I know about that one.
Yeah, so we would have been filled here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's should have slowed it down. Okay.
So wherever we pretty much choose a entrance, the brackets will also automatically choose a exit in a
Right.
safe.
Okay. Let's stop it here. How are we doing?
Doing good there.
We
Yeah.
were long and then we were short.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? Maybe 10 minutes altogether?
Yeah.
So you see, if I'm trading for an hour, 6 times 10 or
Mm-hmm.
6 times 300 is $1,800.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You think it works?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely works. If let's say if I was
So, what's that?
let's say if I was mobile, let's say if I had my laptop with me, and I'm able to.
Oh, okay, you have your laptop. And
Yeah, but
see, mobile tells me.
yes, you're right. Yes, sir. No. Yeah, the laptop. Let's say if I'm on the move.
Connection.
Right now, I have a connection. I have a connection from my cell phone, and I'm able to trade. I'm able to.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm
Now
able.
that can be expensive for your phone, you know.
No, I haven't experienced that yet. I haven't. I've been trading out here in Florida from the beach and from my truck, and my tether off my cell phone, and the data that's being used from the trading is very minimal to me. It seemed that it was very minimal. It didn't seem like it was computing up much data trading from a platform. Now maybe from this automated
But you
system.
have to teach me how to do that, Cedric.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean that's the way I've been trading ever since. Even when I was in Texas, working out of Texas for a little while, the internet connection was poor, and I even got a internet from the house, and they were some satellite type internet company, but they were slower than my cell phone connection. So I ended up going back to my cell phone connection.
Yeah. You know what? I think you got a good point there.
Yeah, a lot of these companies can be slower than your actual cell phone provider, but when I look at my data usage when it comes to tethering, outside of my videos, that's when I use up all my data during watching videos. But when I actually traded the market, it was I never had any overages. So it's pretty savvy. So what I was stating was that I'm trying to just not do too much, but I'm also trying to make myself usable at the same time. Let's say if I'm on my laptop and I'm connected fine, I have a good connection, and I'm not concerned about my data usage. And I'm placing a trade. I'm looking at my alerts. My alerts are telling me, giving me some indications along with the trading rules, and I'm ready to place a trade. And what I'm looking to gauge, because for the most part, I like to trade something in the rims of a 15, something higher charts, so that I don't have to really keep my eyes glued on it. If that makes sense to you.
Okay, now that's the nice thing about. Did you see what we did?
Mm-hmm.
When the trade was over, it's over. See, it automatically put me out, and I have no position, so I don't have to watch on it.
Yes.
And all the orders up in advance.
Yes.
And bang, it did its job.
Yes.
And put us out flat. We didn't have to worry about it whatsoever.
And that's where those brackets and a lot of that will come in play with me, being to try to multitask. Right now, I'm still working. Right now, I'm still generating, things in that nature. Of course, I feel confident where I can say, okay, well, let me just do this here. But realistically, I want to be able to, transition into it. And but I also want to get that confidence to be able to say, okay, let me go ahead and place that trade and look back at it within the next 30 minutes to an hour and see how it's, and of course it already has its brackets set to in place, things in that nature. So I can kind of get familiar with the system and create a system of being able to look at it but not glue to it. Because I always have 30 minutes to an hour in between times to be able to look at my trades. Because I still do work, but I'm still independent at the same time.
Okay. So anyway, it sounds like this system would work for you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, it does.
Because you can set it and forget it.
Yeah, you can.
Automatically puts you out. And the nice thing about this is that we probably didn't spend more than maybe, 10 minutes here. And at no time did we have to intercept. We even got in at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Because we missed it, remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had to reach for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it still worked out.
Yes, yes. What do you suggest?
Now, you can't just take and use the brackets that I have set here, because I don't know if you noticed it or not, but there's something more than just those brackets. In addition to the brackets that set everything up automatically, you also have to interact and place the other orders manually, but the brackets have already told you exactly where to place those orders.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
So it's very little work on your part. Everything is mapped out for you. So it can't get much easier. I don't know where you're going to make, $300 in 10 minutes easier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can retire on $300 a day. You saw much bigger results than that, by far. Yeah. So certainly $300 is not an exceptional good luck profit.
Right. Would this also be an option? It doesn't seem like it would be. It seems like it's more of an individual knowledge base thing. Of course, mastering the rules and the overall operation of the system. But let's say if it was not for myself, that's attainable. But let's say if there's others that are not familiar with trading at all, and what are some of your thoughts when it comes to the suggestion of them getting with someone like myself and you to have kind of manage that in the rims, or them fully getting involved and taking up on understanding the rules and trading and pulling the triggers themselves?
This is how complicated it is. Okay, when we get down to the nitty gritty of actually doing this, it's as complicated as this. This is for somebody who doesn't know anything about trading. Okay? When the candle closes green, we buy. When it closes red, we sell. Bingo. How complicated is that? You think somebody without experience could understand that?
Right.
That's all you have to know.
Okay, so So, but we're still going back to it would be more of an individual base. Everybody who needs to understand it still needs to know.
Why is it individual based?
Well, I mean,
you either don't trade, or if you
let's say if
you don't have to follow my rules if you don't trade.
Okay, I'm gonna put it more plainly. Money management. Let's say if you was money managing someone else, is that allowable or not? If you money managing someone else's accounts, is that considered? No.
Is that a question?
Right. Is that considered to be an option?
I'm not found a piece of data missing.
If it was a third party involved.
Can you trade somebody else's account? Yes.
Yes, yes. That's more kind of what I was looking at. I didn't know if that was even something that would be, advised or whatever. And I'm just trying to get familiar with it.
Yes, you can do all of that.
Okay.
Now you need to set that up with the broker.
Mhm. Okay.
And you'll have some forms to sign.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, if I was going that route, I would.
And the person you're trading for, you see, he has to sign some forms also giving you permission to trade his account.
Okay.
And if you're going to use Canon, Ian will know all about how to do that.
Okay. I understand that. Okay. All right. So far, those are the kind of the questions.
Pretty simple, huh?
Mhm.
And you saw my past trades, records of my past trades. You saw it actually. It's not like. I mean, you saw the past records, but you also saw it happening actually live.
Yes.
Or the equivalency of live. Even with making mistakes, we still did this. And I would say easily within 10 minutes or less.
Mhm. Okay.
Now that's using 1 to 2 contracts. So let's say that we use 2 contracts as our base, and we did $325. That's $160 on 1,000. Then that's 16%, right? If we were using $1,000 and we had 2 contracts and we did $300, that's $160 per contract or 16%.
Okay.
If they say they had large money and they were doing even 5 contracts a day, that puts them at $1,500 a day. And let's say you took 20% of that. That's $300, right? So you're making a good living, and they're making a damn good living. And it's simple. I like simple. And your time in and out is short, because I don't handle stress very well, and I don't want to wait very long to find out if I have a loss.
All right.
I don't have any overnight worries. My afternoons are free. My nights are free. My weekends are free. My holidays are free. I don't do any of that crap. Which is nice.
Yes, sir. Well, let's get started with that. Let's get started with the setup and setup. Sometimes you
So
say
the
it may
thing
take a
is that
couple weeks.
once you have the account set up with whatever broker,
Mm-hmm.
in order to trade the dome, it's, since they're paying for it anyway, it's $9.59. $959.
Okay.
And you can use the simulated account for up to 30 days. And if during that 30 days, following my rules, you don't make at least twice as much money as the fee, I'll give you all your money back. So that's $959 comes back to you. Double that, that's $1,900. You would have to make $1,900 trading 2 hours a day for 21 days approximately, because that's how many days there are in a month, average. So even 20 days. So 20 days into 2,000, that's $100 a day. Do you think $100 a day is possible?
Wow.
Huh?
It's possible.
You think $100 a day is possible?
Yeah.
Trading 2 hours a day, we traded 10 minutes and made 300.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw the others, they were well over 300. There's no guarantee, of course. So I'm taking the risk of putting in all my time and energy for nothing if it doesn't work. I'm not about to do that. That's how confident I am this is going to work. So I spell everything out in writing to get a written guarantee, so there's no question about what if or suppose and that. However, by the way, depending on, whereas, none of that, okay? It's all specifically spelled out. So you and I know exactly what has to happen to get your money back. The question is, you want your money back, or do you want to make $300, $1,500 a day? Right?
Right.
$300 a day per contract. That's $6,000 a month. I don't need money. I don't need your money. Now, in adding strength and fortifying all of this, you can see why my broker, Stryker, which is the one that provides all the OEC charts to everybody. Everybody is under OEC. OEC owns the rights to the charting and the dome. Everybody else gets what they call a white label, a copy of the original. So he is going to be posting my trading service to his website, which will automatically then paste to all the other brokers under him, some 28 brokers. I'd have to be pretty strong, or they wouldn't be willing to do that. They couldn't risk that. Is that not true?
Okay.
So the website will probably be available coming out next week. This is kind of how my website will look. This is a ticker tape here, and so as it goes across, you can click on any one of them. It'll give you the up-to-date data on that particular index. These are the various prices and the various services that I have available. Okay. A little more information about the service. Money back guarantee. And then of course it goes on to, some samples which will be updated. We'll even have a video soon. Answers to frequently asked questions. Disclosure. So we have I'm not a robot. So it's pretty complete. Pretty complete. I don't know what this one is. 231. And how much? Oh my God. Let's see, what date was this? Oh, $1,100. I could handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what happened here? 231 on the Robo. At one point we were down 289. But 1,100 here and 200 there. That's a pretty nice day.
Mm-hmm.
This was on, let me see. We don't have the date here on this one here. No. Yeah, now here's an example. See, you have these pendants. So you could push this one up here, so if I made a new high, one of those purple flags would pop up. And then you put this one maybe underneath that, so if I went down, okay, there would be a pop-up to alert you if you're away from the computer. So that's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your brain? Here's another one, 166. I didn't used to disclose. I didn't used to show the date, but now I'm showing the date because it was unfortunate that these trades back then we can't see a date, but it's not so important as the fact that we're having a nice profit, right?
Okay.
166 and 390. Well, that's okay. Now look at this here. We had 6 trades. Maximum drawdown 86. But that number's incorrect. Okay. Nice trade here. We never had a drawdown. It just did nothing but go up. What more would you need to see or no?
All right, no, we're good to go, man.
What's that?
I said we're good to go. We're good to go.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So. Let's get started.
So, if they've got the funds they want to work with, you can invite them to see what you saw. If they need more proof or backup.
Okay. All right. Probably need to do a.
Once they fund their account,
Mm-hmm.
You're going to charge them whatever you charge them for your service.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I really think that if he has 250,000, I would think that he'd want to start out small, maybe trading 1 or 2 contracts, and then as the weeks went by, increase the number of contracts, right?
Okay.
so that he's trading on their money and not his money.
Okay. Okay.
Try it out on a demo first so that he builds confidence. You're welcome to invite him to see me on Skype and see what you saw as far as past history trades and see it actually happen.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Any day could be a loss. Any week could be a loss. Any month could be a loss. I'm looking at, 17 years of scalping, back testing, manually, laborious back testing. I don't have any software to run against it, okay? So, but, if you don't back test something for at least a year, it's, in my opinion, worthless. Because it's just like you could be highly successful in making money for the last 5 years, and those last 5 weeks took it all away.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
And as you see, going on in a trade, just minutes. Why would I need to stay longer if I can make it that much money? The problem is if I stay longer, you know how it is. You got the profit, and now you got to give it all back.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How many times have you done that?
Right.
Plenty. So that's why I call my system trap and go. I trap the money and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lawn service.
Mm-hmm.
Flow and flow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this and look to go ahead and catch up with him and just kind of put some things in perspective. It just kind of helps me put things in perspective here as well from my side. But I plan on working with you on this here for myself, and then hopefully start potentially adding others on the board, I guess, if that comes about. But for the most part, really just mastering it on my end. So yeah, I appreciate this whole rundown. Like I said, just so I'm pretty much gonna be ready to go ahead and go with it, and we can just kind of gradually put things in place and seeing what it takes to get through the broker's side of things.
Have you seen anything so impressive anywhere else?
No.
I mean, you got the best of two worlds, robo, and you got the manual. You got a robo that plots where the orders will be executed, if they're executed, so you can see in advance that they're going to, where it's going to buy and where it's going to sell. And if you don't like what you see, you can close the trade and then reopen it later and see if now it looks better. So you see before, you see the after, the profit and loss is already plotted for you. I mean, it alerts you if the market is making new high for the day or new low for the day or whatever in between to alert you to the computer so you don't have to sit there and stare at it and watch it and stress. So I made everything as simple as I possibly can. And the dog is just unbelievably profitable.
Yeah.
And simple. I like simple.
Yeah.
And I don't like stress.
Okay, sir. All right. Well,
My favorite time in trading is when I'm out. It's like recess, right? In school.
Yeah.
Recess. How long before recess? Lunch comes in pretty close too,
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
My bike. You want to hear my biker
biker joke? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This guy dies and goes to heaven. When he gets to the pearly gates, St. Peter says, well, welcome, nice to see you. He says, but before you can pass through the pearly gates, you have to have done some good deeds. Can you think of any good deeds you might have done?
Mm-hmm.
The guy said, well, as a matter of fact, there was this bunch of bikers, and they were picking on this little girl. Man, I couldn't take it. I was so mad. I went over to what I thought was the biggest, meanest looking dude, grabbed him by his beard, and I tore a chunk right off his face. Man, did he scream.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went over to another biker. I thought he looked like the second meanest, baddest dude of all. And he was wearing a gold necklace. I tore that necklace right off his neck. Oh, man, did he holler.
Mm-hmm.
Then another biker. Just to be on the safe side, I thought I better take one more down. I went over and I kicked him in the shins. I broke his leg. I don't think he didn't scream. Oh, my God. And he says, so I told him, I said, look, you guys want to pick on somebody, just try picking on me and you leave the little girl alone.
Mm-hmm.
And St. Peter says, wow, that was very commendable and courageous. He says, but I don't see that in my good book here. Well, when did this occur?
Mm-hmm.
The guy says, well, as a matter of fact, just a little while ago.
Just a little while ago. It hadn't been recorded yet.
Well, he said, try picking on him. Apparently they did.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's why he's there.
Oh, okay. All right, Miss A. I got it at the end. All right, gang. Well, I'm going to get off this horn here and finish this up here. Well, I'm going to send you a text message as well, and just go ahead and try to go through the step process here with you and the account, getting things set up. And so now I'll give you an update as well. I pretty much just show myself, so we'll just go with me. And if anything comes out of anything else, then of course we'll just elaborate on it and just implement that. But
so the thing is this: we want to motivate them just a little bit, because when this website becomes live next week, and at the same time concurrently, we're going to be listing this on my broker's website.
Okay.
Which is then going to multiply itself